If you're anything like me, you really want to win in both your family life as well as your financial life. In this video, I'm going to break down 5 different things you must be doing to give yourself the best shot at succeeding at both of them. If you're new to the channel, my name is Bennett and I'm a dad and entrepreneur, and I'm here to share some ideas that have helped me move the needle just a little bit, so I hope you find it beneficial. Out of all the pressures a man has, providing for his family, whether it's financially, physically, mentally, spiritually, it can be extremely draining. And when one of these areas are not working, you could really feel like trash. So let's jump straight into it. For the first idea, we need to understand that we need to take advantage of what we really have. You see, so many times I speak to people and I felt the same way, where I was so frustrated when I would come home from work that I wasn't able to be present with my family. I was so busy with work even though my work day was over. And the same was true the opposite way. Whenever I was trying to work, I found myself busy worrying about other things that weren't work related. And it's what Jim Rohn talks about when he says, when you work, and when you play, play. And of course, we all want to have that financial freedom life where we can do what we want when we want, but understanding that there are guidelines with that, and we're going to need to put in the work to see the success that we want. We all know we don't want to trick ourselves to say we're going to be able to enjoy our freedom in our 60s and 70s when we retire. And we want to take advantage of it now, but the times we do have with our family, let's be present with them. As well as when we have time to work, let's take advantage of that as well. If you would really be conscious about all the time you're working when you should be working and you're playing when you should be playing, you would see there's so much time that is being wasted. So whether it's the 5 minutes you have, make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. We love putting the pressure on ourselves, and because we really want the best in both these areas, sometimes we just can't enjoy ourselves. So be honest with yourself, and whatever you're doing, make sure you're doing it in full force. The second idea is setting up a plan. You see, so many times I speak to people and they don't really have a direction of where they want to go. They want to be successful and they even want to have a great relationship with their family, but they don't even know what that looks like. And so many times people are so naive to the fact that you can really set things up in a way that you can start to see that success. Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen in the next 5, 10, or 20 years, but if we can at least set ourselves up in a way that we'll be okay even if something out of the blue happens, that's going to be the thing that's going to be able to help us get to the places we want to get to. And if you're the type of person who doesn't know what they really want yet, understand as long as you keep searching and you keep digging, keep reading the books, speaking to people, listening to the podcasts, at a certain point, there's going to be something that's going to click. So don't get defeated if you don't know exactly what it is that you want to be doing. Keep searching and you're going to be able to find it. And that brings me to my third tip. Make sure to build a strong bond with your spouse. You see, as a father and as an entrepreneur, it's going to be an emotional roller coaster, and you're going to need support from the people around you to help you see the success that you want. And if you could build that relationship in such a strong way, when the times get tough, you're going to be able to have that support to rely on. So many times we think that once we hit a specific goal, that everything's going to be smooth sailing, but once we hit it, there's going to be other rapids on the other side of the river. So just because you think things are smooth now, understand that you have the availability to start to see that success that you want, but building a strong bond with the people around you could be something that is so important, especially for your kids' sake. The fact that they can see a healthy relationship, that could be something that could be so beneficial for them down the line. So whether it's they're making friends or they're looking to find a life partner, if you can show them how a strong bond really is, it can be something that can be so beneficial when it comes to their own development. And if you're looking to be a giver, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. My fourth tip has nothing to do with anybody except for you. One of my most favorite lines from Jim Rohn, it's not what you get, but it's who you become. And if we could start to work on our own essence, our own personal development, that's only going to help us both in our family life and our financial life. If we can become the person who can really weather a storm and to see success and to become more resilient, it's only going to be more beneficial for both our businesses and the relationships that we have. How many times do children pick up on a weakness that their father has? Not that it's their fault, but they just never worked on themselves. And if you're really not sure what it is you should be working on, ask yourself, what is one character trait that if you had, you'd be able to take things up another level? And by really working on it and learning the skills that you can use to succeed in different areas of your life, it's only going to be helpful for everybody around you. Look to work on yourself and look to become somebody from it. And the fifth and final tip to have that long success with both your family and your finances is to get your family involved. What I mean by that is to really involve the children with the success that you're doing. So when you have to leave for 2 or 3 days to go on a networking event, your children children really understand the importance of it, and it's not just daddy's leaving us. And so many times people don't really explain it to their kids, and because of that, their kids are so confused about why certain things are taking priority over them. Of course, we shouldn't be taking advantage of those things, but understanding that if we can have an open line of communication and even celebrate with them when things do go well, they get involved in the process and they're going to want to see you succeed as well. And you might be saying to yourself that there's so many responsibilities that you have and you just don't know how to prioritize which tasks you should get done first or not. And that's why I made this video, to help you with exactly that.